Hello there once again, it's your old pal Locke the Bounty Hunter, and on today's very special episode, we're going to be taking a look at a video from Insolent Audits here. Channel link is in the description. Give him a subscribe. This man is truly a certified gent, and I am fast-tracking his paperwork to the Intergalactic Spaceport of Gentlemen to make it official. Dude, if you're watching, no need to pay me back. Just get a couple of crullers, toss them in the fireplace in the name of the Intergalactic Space God Blue Over chart, all hail, and we'll call it even. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in, shall we?
What I don't think people talk enough about is when I got my hands tattooed, my confidence level skyrocketed.
Let me get this straight. People aren't talking about how when you get your tattoos, your confidence skyrockets. I will admit it is a piece of riveting conversation. It's just that we have better things to do, like watching our toenails grow. It's a lot more fascinating and definitely a much more worthwhile endeavor.
Through the roof. I was like, I am the hottest.
Are you sure about that?
Arm done, even higher. I was like, I'm gonna start causing problems because I feel so hot.
Yeah, you're not gonna be causing any problems because nobody cares. Nobody cares, woman.
And then this used to be one of my least favorite parts of my body.
Woman, I hope you didn't pay more than 20 bucks for that tattoo. That's all I'm gonna say.
Now that I have it tattooed, this is a very rare occasion where I'm not showing it off because now I love it. Same thing with my nose, not a tattoo, but I hated my nose. I've always hated my nose. And then I got it double pierced, and now what do you know? I feel so hot, I'm gonna cause a problem.
Wow. Woman, you're not describing any type of progressive growth here. You're acting like an addict. You go to the tattoo parlor, get a tattoo, and your confidence level skyrockets, and then when it fades, you get another one until your confidence fades, and then you have to keep upping and upping the ante because a regular tattoo isn't doing it. So instead of just getting your arm, now you're getting your hands tattooed. Now you're getting your chest tattooed. Pretty soon you're gonna get your neck tattooed because it won't be enough. This is the same type of behavior that addicts have. You really need to get some help, woman, but I know you never will.
Sure, that ink work made you super hot. No doubt here you are going to cause someone a problem. Hey, this gorilla has some ink as well. The difference is I never claimed the ink somehow raised my SMV through the roof. To this queen, I just need to ask, how exactly does she know all that ink work is somehow going to make her a 9 or a 10? I do understand there are men out there who like ink on women, but the bulk of men, or to my point, the bulk of the HVM available out there, don't put must have a ton of ink work as a requirement to date them. In fact,
it's actually kind of unattractive. It just shows that you're terrible with money and you have absolutely no respect for your body. It's a massive turnoff.
I would venture to say they would see all that ink work and exit stage left.
Maybe we better take off.
Nice Warriors reference.
But you do you, sweetheart. I'm sure there are a bunch of hearts out there, among other things. Your newfound powers are gonna break.
The thirst always wins.
Moving on.
I'm so glad you asked. I would say the woman equivalent of silence and sandwiches would be her gentleman. When you guys are out and about, as an example, she shouldn't have to open a single door for herself.
I think doctors need to do a study on why women are allergic to doors. I don't even think they know why they want the door open for them. They can't possibly give a logical explanation. They only assume that gentlemen open doors for them because of reasons they haven't even thought of yet.
You're also her protector. She should know that no matter what the scenario is, she is safe with you mentally, physically, and emotionally.
That makes no sense. You're a strong and independent woman, and all you do is constantly bash men who you believe are beneath you. So why should we protect you?
And the second thing is, intimacy is a very huge component in a relationship. Without that, you guys are just friends. You're roommates.
How do you explain bang buddies then? Don't tell me that every single man that you've slept with, you were in a romantic relationship with.
There are billions of women in this world, but you chose her.
All right, let's get something straight here. Women control access to the greasy slop bucket of unwavering agony, okay? Yes, men do control access to relationships. It is the woman who controls access in the bedroom. So don't turn around and say that we chose you when it comes to that kind of activity because you choose the man. Get it right.
Doesn't have to be every day. It could be every other day, every 3 days. Just drop a little reminder of why you chose her, why you fell in love with her.
The men that you chase after don't do this because they don't respect you. They don't want to be in a relationship with you, so they're not going to give you what you want. Why should they? They're not going to buy the cow. You're milking them for free, lady.
And I would say the third thing is silence. And I will reiterate, silence is not do not speak unless spoken to. It is having an understanding and not being argumentative. And an example of that is, say she comes to you and she's articulating calmly without attacking you, saying, you've done this to hurt me.
So you're proposing a scenario that happens once every 10 billion years. Okay, I'm up to speed. Continue.
Don't create an argument out of that.
Same goes for you. A man will come up to you and put his foot down when it comes to some type of problem he's having with you. You cannot start an argument. Try to be understanding and submissive for once in your existence, instead of trying to make that man a casualty in your never-ending war to always be right.
Hear her when she says, you've hurt me, and understand that she's just trying to communicate something within the relationship so that there's not a wedge being driven between you two.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't listening because I was too distracted by the sheer amount of metal you have in your face. Why do women think that men find this attractive? Can somebody please give me a logical and concise explanation as to why? I don't think it's possible, but give it your best shot in the comment section down below.
Okay, let me only talk about her points of the female equivalent of the triple S that men look for. Before I get into it, let me be honest. There really isn't a direct correlation for women simply because the three S's work as men are simple. Women love to complicate things, as in their views when they create drama in a relationship, it is their way to get more attention. Not really thinking it through as to how most men have a limit they are going to put up with. Okay, 1. This is true. It is girlfriend treatment. And on that same note, how many guys treated their girlfriends / wives that way and were cheated on?
Checkmate. Excellent point, sir. And also, I wanted to give you bonus points for the 90s Antonio Banderas reference. Hats off to you, fellow certified gent. Love 90s Banderas.
2. Intimacy. This is interesting, as it's no secret men initiate S followed by an X far more frequently than women. I actually would say the issue isn't men not initiating it, but men would really like their women to initiate. Yeah, men are human and like to know they are desired as well. It's not all about you there, princess. 3. Silence, as in don't create an argument. Okay, let me say that there are without a doubt men out there who love to argue.
I'll
not
agree.
denying it, but rule of thumb, the bulk of men don't start arguments. Again, it's women who usually come with the drama. Let's call this one what it is. She is basically describing for a man to be his woman's personal therapist.
I'm just going to throw this out there. If you want me to be your therapist, I'll be your therapist. You just have to pay me like a high-end therapist. And I don't take checks, but I do take money orders.
Listen, but don't try to help. Just listen. Yeah, that sounds like a solid plan there that couldn't possibly backfire. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments. Moving on.
Okay, I just have to say this, but dating in 2023 as a 32-year-old divorced woman is freaking wild.
32 years old and divorced. Welcome to the wall, woman. Abandon all hope. Ye who smashes her face into thee.
Like, sometimes I'll just be looking at situations like, what the was that? You know? Like, it's
What?
hard to offend me nowadays, and I
Oh yeah, that's a lie. That is a lie. You are offended when somebody looks at you cockeyed.
don't get easily attached to literally anybody.
Malarkey.
So when you think like you've made a play or something, I already know what's going on because I've like been through all that shit already. So it doesn't affect me. Like, I'm just gonna go ghost, you know?
Yeah, I believe it. That's why you're posting a TikTok for the entire planet to witness. It's because you are so already ahead of the game that you need the entire planet to know that you're ahead of the game instead of moving on with your life like a normal human would.
Ladies, if you want to know if a guy is genuine or not, just don't sleep with them. Like,
That's not a good plan. By withholding bedroom action against a guy because you've been hurt by other people in the past, all you're going to do is alienate that guy. That is all you're going to do. If you feel like you need to weaponize the bedroom against a guy who has done you no wrong, you need to work on yourself. But you're a modern woman. We all know that's impossible.
that's literally it. Just don't sleep with them. Like, wait some months. Wait some months till you sleep with them and give them your precious gift.
Let me pose you a question, woman. What good is your gift when you've already given it to Chad, Tyrone, Raphael, Takeda, Chang, Wang, Sergey, Sasha, Nigel, and Joe Bob? But to be fair, that last time was because you ran out of gas and were out of money. What good is the gift? It seems like a pretty lousy consolation prize, and to withhold that from a man who's actually treating you decently just sounds like you're punishing this man for your own sins.
That you could possibly give somebody, because whenever you sleep
It's not that great of a gift, sister.
with these guys and you create those soul ties, it's over. It's over. My mind is so clear, like being celibate. I
You've been celibate for 20 minutes. Let's just call a spade a spade.
know exactly like what I'm looking for. I can see a player from a mile away.
No, you can't.
And I don't want anything to do with it. So
Well, then go. Nobody cares. See ya.
Queen, tell us you have been on Chad/Tyrone's Community D roster without telling us. This is the same single mother that dated younger men. To my younger male viewers, here is yet another example of a woman with a smashed taco demanding a beta imp chump to pay full price for something another man got for free. Ladies, let me be real clear to all of you when I say this. Your taco is not a gift for the man you want. You are not doing him a favor. It is an equal value exchange. Anything above that automatically turns it into a conditional monetary exchange. Your resources for my taco is the way you are presenting it.
And when you get to that point, it is considered the oldest profession on earth.
This advice of hold out the cookie only really works on men you women are not attracted to or you don't respect. Why didn't she hold it out for the higher value guy when her taco was untouched? Now she wants to throw a new price tag on a used vehicle with at least 50,000 miles on it and several wall smashing dents.
50,000 miles? That is one generous assessment, sir.
There isn't an insurance policy in the world who would give you a brand new car rate or coverage for something like that. So what makes you think the guy you want will want to cover it as well?
Oh, Zach.
don't sleep with them. I'm going to preface it by saying this. We live in a society where there is this hookup culture, and
It's a hookup culture that you gladly participated in when it was benefiting you.
it is, you think it's so hard, like, not to feel loved or not to be with somebody.
You brought that on yourself.
It's actually so easy if you just don't do it, because you are getting rid of all that extra attention, all those guys that like just want to mess around, all those guys who just like want you for a night, whatever. I hate it when girls say, I can get any guy I want. No, you can sleep with any guy that you want. That's, men will
Yeah, that's what you did. And you're only coming to this realization now, after you're used up and no man wants you.
literally screw a corpse. Like, we've seen that, you know, that's facts.
That's just gross.
It's not that. It's finding like a genuine man who has a connection with God, who will love you unconditionally, will wake up and choose you like every single day. There's such a huge difference. And
You want a religious man to come and forgive you of your sins. That's not how this works. If you want a pious man, you need to be a pious woman before you pass yourself around like a bag of Oreos.
I think that we get so caught up in like what the world views dating as versus like what it should be.
You were not complaining when you were benefiting from this whole thing. You're just complaining now because nobody wants you.
And it's so sad. It's so sad how there's like very few men that have the right intentions.
There's plenty of men out there who have pure intentions. You just ignored them for the last 12 years.
Nowadays. But if you stay celibate, it's so easy and so clear to see through all the BS. And that is my message for today.
I give her 6 months before she's begging Chad for some action. Any takers? Put me down for a penny. I'm actually good for it this time, I promise.
Giving her credit, she is right about the part of women can, for the most part, sleep with any guy they want, but locking down the guy they want? Not really. There are too many single mothers overloading the local child support office for that not to be true. And her message to stay celibate is the best way to go. I'm gonna say, at this point, not really there, sister. Do I need to say why?
How come? Tell me why! Say it!
How's it going, Sam?
This single mommy has shown she wants a guy her age or younger to put a ring on it. That is really tough to do post-wall, especially when she is competing against younger childless women. I'm not beating her down. I just advise expectation management. Now, this is the part where this gorilla is going to give advice some of my male viewers don't always agree with, but I am going to keep it 100. This single mommy in her early 30s should be looking for a man 10 years plus her senior. There's an abundance of beta imp chumps that will put a ring on it in that group. Unfortunately, this single mommy is still a bit sore from the carousel and is holding back the urge for another ride.
I don't find that controversial at all. It's the harsh truth. There are plenty of older men out there who have no problem taking on a single mother if it means they don't have to be lonely. It's sad, but it's the truth.
Got him! Moving on.
All right, ladies, let's talk about 5 signs you're dating a Dusty.
Oh, this ought to be good.
So, first sign is he has asked you to borrow money. Now, this is a sure sign that your man is a Dusty. Real men would never stoop so low to ask a woman for money.
But the inverse is totally fine. It is totally cool for a woman to ask a man for money. In fact, it's encouraged in your circles.
Second sign, he may not have asked you for money, but he depends on you financially. So if you all live together, then he depends on you to help pay part of the bills, as in he depends on you to help pay part of the rent, he depends on you to help pay part of the car note, part of the car insurance, or any other necessities.
Yeah, that's why they're called necessities, lady, because they are absolutely necessary with which to survive. Now, there are some dudes out there who operate under a hitchhiker system. Cash, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free. With me, I'd rather take the cash, mainly because if you're going to live under my roof, I'm going to need you to help out. It is not cheap living out here anymore, and there isn't a one-income household that's going to be able to prove that otherwise. There isn't an overrated oil slick sleeve of instant remorse that is so good that is going to forgive you of whatever debts there are to the household. If you're living under my roof, you're chipping in. That's just the long and the short of it.
The definition of a male Dusty has been covered on this channel before. Link in the cards for that episode. I'm not surprised that a queen would move the goalpost on that one. Let's take this by her own numbers. 1, ask to borrow money. Now, here we can agree, as I don't think borrowing money from someone you are dating will end well. But what does it say about women when they expect the man to pay for everything? Rules for thee and not for me. Huh there, princess. 2, depends on you financially. Wait a second there, Cohen. If both of you are living together and both of you are sharing the bills, how exactly is that a Dusty? That's called a grown-up relationship between 2 adults making an average salary. What if the guy isn't making 6 figures? Is he a Dusty? More like you are one lazy woman who thinks she's entitled to a man's money. Sorry, sister, but too many women out there trying to be a trophy wife, and there aren't enough millionaires to go around, and they really aren't trophies to begin with.
Fatality. Flawless victory.
Third sign is he's super fine. Now,
how does that make sense?
Ladies, most men that are super fine are Dusties. And the reason why this is because men that naturally look good, as in they have good height, they have a very nice face, nice body, these men don't feel the need to work as hard in their career and becoming successful because
you can tell that she has absolutely no idea what she's talking about simply with her eye movement and how many times she has to add "us" into her statement. She's already backed herself into a corner and she knows it, but instead of trying to re-articulate her argument, she's just gonna try to dig herself out. It is hilarious to watch because she has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. This is beautiful.
They naturally can attract women based off how they look. And when a man can attract a woman based off of how they look, they have no incentive to become successful.
Yeah, absolutely. Outside of a man's natural drive to want to be competitively successful. Yeah, absolutely.
Because ultimately, men strive and achieve so that they can get not only the life, but the woman that they desire.
Yeah, exactly, which is why they work hard. You just disproved your own argument, woman.
3, he is super fine. Okay, this queen literally just snitched on herself as having been one of those wives or girlfriends who were with a guy who was well off, and she cheated on him with a Chad/Tyrone thunderschlong. Oh, he was fun and fine until she was hit with the reality that she had to maintain him. Then all of a sudden, he is a Dusty for living off a rich housewife. Sure he is, and somehow she is the innocent one. What I find funny is this isn't even anything new. Women get told this all the time, and they still have the demand for Chad/Tyrone's sour cream deposits in their tacos.
The chat was great.
4th sign you're dating a Dusty is he is your same age. Ladies,
What?
I just don't agree with dating men your same age
Well, I don't agree with men dating you. Just period.
because men are 10 years behind mentally.
If men are 10 years behind mentally, you're 20 years behind mentally.
So, in my opinion, you have to at least date 10 years up for them to even be on the same playing field mentally. Otherwise, you're the mature one, you're the adult, you're the mommy in the relationship.
That makes no sense at all. How can you possibly be mature? All you're doing is passing negative judgment on an entire group of men. That doesn't make you mature. That makes you a jilted lover.
And you don't want to be that, because how can a man truly lead if he is not mentally capable of doing so?
Because you won't let him.
My husband is 20 years older than me, and even though he's 20 years older than me, because I am mature for my age,
Old.
we have a great balance. He's not too old, but he's also not too young. He's the perfect age for me to be able to lead, and he's someone that I can respect. He has accomplished things in his life.
4, dating your same age. Wow, she stacked that BS high enough that it can be seen from orbit. Let's call it what it is. This younger but still post-war queen followed a strategy that I have admitted several times in the past to be the best one to go for. Once you ladies recently hit the wall, date a man 10 years plus your senior. I agree with the gameplay. I don't agree with all the extra nonsensical fluff she is putting in, and I sure don't agree with her attitude of calling a man a Dusty based on his age. Sister, if you used the golden shovel strategy and landed a HVM to give you the lifestyle you couldn't provide yourself, just admit it. I'm not knocking you. It was smart. Just don't try to shame a guy who is building himself up.
Squeeze me? Oh no.
They can't help themselves, dude.
And he is truly a high value man, and I think it's really hard to find a high value man that is the same age. Not saying that it's impossible, but it's definitely rare and not likely. So if he's your same age, most likely he's still trying to build, and you don't want to get caught building with a man. You don't want to have to be relied on to pay half the bills, to take care of this, that.
How much you want to bet if you go through this woman's Twitter profile, you're going to see posts of her saying behind every successful man is a woman. And yet here she is completely contradicting that, saying that a woman should not have to support a man while he's building up his success, but she should be able to reap the benefits of that success after he's put in all of the work.
And the other, because what if you get pregnant? Are you going to have to go stand on your feet? Are you going to have to go to work with morning sickness?
Yes, that's exactly what you're going to do. Women have been doing that for the last 40 to 50 years. You're of no exception simply because you think your farts don't stink.
Are you going to have to put your child in daycare at 6 weeks because you have to work?
Yeah.
That's just not a good situation. And
no, it's not a good situation, but it's a reality for millions of people. And if it works for them, it can work for you.
that's not something that I would wish on you ladies.
You know the only people that say that
and the people who grew up with money.
I am giving her credit in saying finding a younger HVM is hard. That is a real-world fact that many young women have problems accepting. Even saying that, I just can't help picking up on how this self-proclaimed trophy wife keeps taking shot after shot at men who are building themselves up. I'm starting to think she was with a younger guy and she monkey branched to the husband she has now. It is kind of evident when she admitted to the female usual MO of not helping build anything up. She wants to be married into royalty after the castle has been built. Again, there's no shame in it. Just stop trying to justify your level up strategy by beating down the previous level you came from. Paying half the bills is an adult responsibility. In fact, no one likes to pay bills, but it's good to know you have a plan on how to cover the expense. And that last jab at pregnant women working, I have to say, sister, that could be interpreted as a low blow to the masses of women out there who didn't luck out with an HVM husband like her.
Whatever.
Now, fifth sign is his accomplishments are always in the future.
Okay, what's the alternative, woman? His accomplishments are always in the future because he has to work to accomplish them. You're just going to try to walk in and reap the benefits of all of his hard work. That makes you a mooch. That doesn't make you valuable.
If a man is always talking about accomplishments that are future based, and everyone should have goals that they want. Everyone should have goals in the future. You should never stop striving to achieve more. But when I say this, I mean he does not have a track record of any kind of success.
I know this is going to be considered kind of a controversial take, but college is a scam for like 90% of the people that go there. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people out there who should go to college. Engineers, doctors, lawyers, and other folks, absolutely. You should go to college because you're actually putting forth something that benefits society. However, for the remaining people who just go to get bachelor's degrees in psychology or the arts or anything like that, it was a freaking scam. The only difference between me and them is that I knew it was a scam, so I limited my debt as low as humanly possible. But that's just because I know a scam when I smell one.
He has not secured a high-paying job. He does not own a home or any other assets.
What business of it is yours what he owns and what assets he has? If you're just dating a guy, what he has in the bank isn't any of your business.
If he's always talking about achieving these things in the future, then sorry, but you have fell in love with potential. And maybe that's the right guy for you, but it's not right now. It's not.
Oh, I get it. So yeah, he's the right guy, just not right now. You're gonna wait for him to go through the struggle phase, make sure that he puts in all of the time and the effort on his own and has to suffer alone, and then you'll come in and then take credit for all of his work and then half of all of his assets after you divorce him. Yeah, good plan.
He's currently a Dusty trying to build. And ladies, don't get caught building, okay? You deserve better. So yes, ladies, that is 5 signs that you may be dating a Dusty. And if you are, I strongly suggest that you walk away and do better. Get better for yourself. You deserve more.
I love how modern women will talk about what they deserve. They deserve the best. They deserve the money. They deserve the high value man, the cars, the houses, and all of these things. They can't give you a reason why. They say, well, look at me. Yeah, I'm looking at you, woman. You're a 5 at your absolute best. And I can tell that you're covered in makeup and you have a couple of filters on. You're not humble. You're incredibly entitled, and you're carrying yourself like you are Queen Bee of F Mountain, and you have done nothing to deserve those titles. And it's qualities like that that will make a physically attractive woman become absolutely repugnant. You are profoundly ugly, madam.
So yes, ladies, if you're not following me or subscribed on YouTube, then what are you doing? Go do that.
Yeah, I would do that, but I'm kind of busy organizing my sock drawer.
I will see you ladies there. Bye.
A guy who has plans and is currently trying to build is a Dusty. Her words, not mine. Again, notice how she lumped in men who are delusional with men who are struggling to build. I will repeat it, women don't like to build. They want to move in once everything has been built, throw up a few new curtains, and claim she did her part and deserves half of everything.
How dare you?
Well,
To the man who put a ring on this queen, I hope he had an airtight prenup. The red flags of her being capable of cleaning a man out in family court are pretty much the size of a Times Square digital billboard. Ladies, I'm going to say her trade-up strategy is obviously effective, but one disclaimer before you decide to leave your current boo. This strategy only really works if you are under the age of about, say, 33, and you must have above average to high level looks. That includes a lower weight class, by the way.
Now that's a lot of damage!
And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. Once again, special thank you to Insolent Audits for today's video. The guy truly is doing some fantastic work, so if you wouldn't mind, the link is in the description. Check out his channel, give him a subscribe, give him some love, because he is truly doing the work of the intergalactic space god Mobitured. All hail. And if you're new here and you're finding my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down, click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two. Let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. You guys are beautiful. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.